All right, let's check in with Haley Wooden with Business in Vancouver. And I guess if you're a big tequila fan, this might interest you because you have Jose Cuervo thinking about going public.
They are. They're finally biting the bullet, so to speak, after delaying the idea of initial public offering twice in 2016, citing concerns around the uncertainty posed by the U.S. presidential election. They're now said to be looking at going public as early as February 8th. According to Reuters, the company is looking to raise more than $700 million U.S. and will be pricing its shares between 30 and 34 pesos per share. That works out on the higher end of that to around $2 Canadian. Now, of course, the Mexican currency has taken quite a hit since Trump's election in November, but that really isn't necessarily the worst thing for a company like Jose Cuervo. In theory, it could make their products much more affordable in the U.S. market, where the sales volume of tequila has actually doubled between 2002 and 2015. Of course, there still does remain some uncertainty, especially around trade, tariffs, and even the future of NAFTA. For Jose Cuervo, North America makes up 60% of its market, so it is a key market for the company, and any changes to trade or taxing trade could really affect the company's bottom line.
All right. Okay, turning to another story today, Stats Canada is out with some new numbers on employment payroll.
And these numbers are for employment and earnings in sectors outside of farming. So when we look at how the national economy fared, Canadians are taking home a little bit more in average weekly earnings for the month of November than they were in October. That's up 0.8% month to month as well as year over year. Canadians also working a little bit less. In November 2015, the average work week consisted of 33 hours, so that's down slightly. More than 25,000 jobs also added to these sectors for the month of November. Leading the way would be healthcare services, retail, and construction. When we have a look at our province and how we're faring, the average amount of earnings taken home by British Columbians also up. Of course, here in BC, we've had quite a strong economy comparatively across Canada over the past couple years. It's a different story in Alberta, where they're still suffering from a prolonged resources slump. Average weekly earnings down there year over year in November. Still interesting to note, though, Albertans taking home around $200 more per week than British Columbians, even though there's quite a difference in terms of how both provincial economies have fared over the last little while.
Interesting. Does that have anything to do with taxes?
There's a variety of factors that go into that. It could include composition of employment, level of employment. Of course, in a province like Alberta that's resources heavy, you'd have a lot of people in science, tech that would typically be higher income earners. So that could certainly play a factor.
Interesting. All right, Haley, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.